And just a couple of other notes on contract terms. This is normal in most contract terms that the agency reserves the right to cancel any agreement after 30 days notice. The firm is allowed 90 days written notice to terminate the agreement with the city. If council or members of the committee would like to change that, we can, but this is what is normally in our agreements.
I think we should change that. I think it should both be 30 days because the fact is we're asking them for advice. We're not, and if we drive them nuts, I mean, no, we wouldn't do that. We might. But if it's 30-30, I think that's a little more palatable. I mean, there's already some crazy stuff we're asking.
30-30?
We have 30 days to get rid of them. They have 30 days to get rid of us. Or drop us or whatever. But I think that would make it a little bit more fair.
I've got a question for council. Would it be appropriate for these changes to be made by staff and then this to be brought back as a corrected proposal for final approval from council?
That would be just a more solid record presented to council. But I believe the motion that we're asking for is just approval to go forward with the RFQ.
Yes. And
no
it does get legal review.
A motion.
So you just have those.
And it does go through legal review before it goes out. So,
So with that, if we're ready for a motion, I'll make a motion that we approve the RFQ with the corrections and then be brought back after review from council for final council approval.
do you want preliminary dates in there as well?
Yeah, it needs to be so that it's all corrected and dates are added and
Okay.
and then with the corrections that you're recommending, and then bring that back to council for a final review.
We have time for discussion here.
Review for
Our only problem is because of the meeting we've already had tonight, there's some bit of urgency to get this done because our investment committee is not complete. So we have an extra seat at the table that is not filled because this RFQ is not done. And so we keep kicking the can down the road, and we need it now.
And that's not my intent to kick it
I know.
I want to make sure that it's right before we.
Right. I think that these are minor changes and just little typos. The only major change that I would recommend is the 30 days both ways, not 30-90. I would agree with that.
The RFQ did already go to the investment committee as a whole, and we reviewed it, and any changes were discussed.
You'll amend your own motion.
That we approve the recommendation from the committee, pending the changes in the terms of the contract, and have it reviewed by council, or not council, by legal before it's sent out.
Oh, you're good. I'll second that.
Did you get that, Sarah?
That was everything that we wanted you to say.
Okay. Please vote. We have a first and a second. Please vote. And that's approved 5-0.
Thank you, council.
I do have a comment about this before we go on this on the staff report. Did you get the email or did you get that I sent this to you? It says on here the citywide annual financial audit reviews all investments and ensures they look over our investments and make sure they are to form. They do not check our investments or verify with banks anything except the very basic. Yes, so that makes it sound real important, and what they do is disgusting in my book, but that's another topic.
Thank you very much. And I want to commend the investment committee for their hard work, not only the last couple of weeks, but moving forward. Yeah. So with that, we'll move on to city council reports. And council member Krupa.
Nothing there. The Ramona Downtown Spring Festival is going to be on April 6th. And I believe there's another festival going on at the same time, so it's going to be both north and south of Florida. It's going to be a good time in downtown Hemet. Everything is this week and next week. So that's it.
Wow. Okay, Councilmember
First one I've
Meyer.
ever had, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not on the Parks Commission. And the RCHCA, we did not have a meeting, but if anybody noticed, I read an article with all the bloom and the super bloom and all the wildflowers. Did you guys see the helicopter that landed in one of the fields? And they got in trouble, and I guess they're looking for them. So I don't know how you identify somebody driving a helicopter. I haven't seen license plates on those, but they're looking for somebody. Don't drop your helicopter in the field of flowers, please. And don't pick them, just take pictures of them. They make nice pictures. So, and Investment Oversight Committee, I think we had all that tonight, so
Right.
we should be good.
Thank you. Councilmember Percival.
Make it easy. I wasn't at Planning Commission because we had a special council meeting, and RCA is Monday.
Okay. Mayor Pro Tem Brown.
Had a chance to attend the last of the monthly Student of the Month programs, and so did Linda. And as always, it's so impressive to see the accomplishments of those students and the things that they've overcome to achieve those. So it's always so gratifying and refreshing. And I think we were all very pleased to be able to attend the wonderful celebration of the grand opening of Sebova Casino Resort Hotel. And very nice presentation, nice overview video that was done, giving us the history of how it all came to be. And I even learned even more about how the Water Master Board came about, because that was covered in there too. So it was impressive and entertaining and informative all at the same time. And I wasn't expecting a concert at the end.
But there was one.
George Thorogood, I don't know, I may be dating myself a little bit. You remember Bad to the Bone? It was loud.
Yeah.
but it was good.
Great.
So,
Get it?
that's it.
As we mentioned, oh, what?
Yeah, go ahead.
What?
Cover the dinner with the exchange students.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was just going to do. Actually, all four of us were there for the dinner for the Miramati students. And every year they celebrate them coming out and then provide recognition to the hosts and such in Dartmouth School. So that's always a fine event. I also attended the Evening of Art, which is another fine event that the city puts on, or that the Art Association puts on. One of the few years I didn't win anything, but still, I was happy to be there. I also attended the San Jacinto Chamber Economic Forum, which I want to commend Acting City Manager Chris Lopez for pitching in at the last moment and being the first one to have to speak, no less. So did a great job. So proud of you there, having you there. And Western Riverside Council of Governments is on Monday. SCAG is on next Thursday. I was unable to attend the Western Community Energy Board today. And the Homeless Task Force met on Monday. And unfortunately, we were going to have Mr. Webster come to this council meeting that was scheduled for yesterday, and he had his time scheduled, and when we had to change it, we had to put it till next month. So he'll be here. On the Skate Plaza Task Force, we're going to have the developer come out on April 24th. Yeah, April 24th, and give us his presentation on what is in the feasibility study. And now we're moving on to, what, League California Cities? Okay, well, that's because I'm not on the policy committee meeting, on the policies now. Yeah.
I'll be in Costa Mesa, well, Linda will be there too, and Russ, no, maybe, for the League of California Cities Policy Committees, so I'll be there for finance. No, I'll be there on Friday. Yeah.
And I'll be there for transportation. And I did just want to add to that, Russ and Mike and I and Chief Brown all participated in Hemet Unified's Principal for a Day program.
Right, you did.
And Chris Lopez, was there anybody else from the city there?
No, but I wish I could have been, but I had a conference already scheduled that day, so I couldn't attend.
Oh, yes, Captain Brock was there too.
Oh, yeah.
And it was great. It was, it's always a fun day, and hopefully next year everybody can be.
You bet. Okay, moving on to ad hoc committee reports. The Florida Avenue 74 ad hoc committee. I think you're going to speak on that shortly in your report. Okay. CDBG ad hoc committee, you've already given your report. Budget ad hoc committee, we had a real productive meeting yesterday. Was it yesterday? Monday. Excuse me, Monday. They're just more informative and more informative for us, certainly. And we have a chance to go over with staff some of the issues that need to be addressed and worked through. Let's see. Next one is Acting City Manager Lopez to give his reports. And you're up.
Sure, I'll try to make mine as brief as I can. With respect to the Florida Avenue Median project, I think the last update that was provided by the previous city managers is the last information I have. I will want to have some further discussions with respect to that with the council with respect to that. I've got on here a delegate and alternate for SCAG's Regional Conference and General Assembly, May 2nd through the 3rd in Palm Desert. So I believe we need the council to select their delegate and their alternate. So, is there a
Bonnie and I are still on, you're on environment and I'm on transportation.
I don't care if you want to be the delegate, unless,
What was it last year?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I know I'm going.
If you just want to be opposite of last year, I can do mine.
Yeah. I don't remember what.
And I don't care if it's the same.
I don't either. Well,
So,
check it out.
let me put it this way. She probably has more availability than I do.
I do.
So, if she was the delegate last time and I was the alternate, I'm happy with it that way as well. I just want to make sure that we're covered either way.
That's a great event. I love going to that one just because of the information provided there. Another item too that I have, Community Action Partnership has reached out to the city of Hemet to see if to gauge the council's interest in having them present to the city and determine the interest in having an individual serve on the board as it relates to a public elected official on that board. So if there's interest on the council, we can go ahead and have that presentation scheduled and coordinated. Yes?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Agree? I think it's important for us, obviously, to know all about the organization before we decide that we want to be at the table. So, which in most cases we should be. So,
Okay.
I would appreciate a presentation from the.
Okay, and then a couple other things unrelated to these items here, but you all stay busy, and so I too was a participant in Principal for a Day, which was very interesting. I had a really good time, but I saw many of you as well as many of the members of the community. It was a nice time. I did have a chance to speak at the Economic Development Panel with some of our partners. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Councilmember Krupa, and thank you, Councilmember Wright. And also thank you for sending me the text during the questions so I can provide information. So thank you to that. Always keeping me on my... Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. The event at Saboba last night was a great event too. Happy to see that. We do have the E-team working on some priorities in terms of what we're all working on. So we're looking forward to bringing that to the council so that we can have some discussion. And then I know that I've spent a considerable amount of time with members of the council in our one-on-ones. I do appreciate that. I see the value. I hope you all get the value from those meetings. So thank you for your commitment in getting some of those conversations squared away. That's all I have.
Thank you. Future agenda items.
Okay. Now I know I brought that fee schedule for nonprofit organizations. Can I move to just take it off and we can just do it as needed for now? Can I move that?
Perfect. Okay.
Anybody want a second?
I think we can just take it off, can't we? Or do we have to vote on it?
It's already
Well,
been
we-
deleted.
Yeah.
I deleted it.
Delete.
That's right.
But I do have another one. So I want to move that we audit our investment portfolio, not like with a pun group, but like with somebody that audits that stuff. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been done in probably a long time. And if we have everything else audited annually, we at least need to do this.
Yeah, so I thank you, council member. That's what I'd be looking for, to have the council completely weigh in and provide that, as much detail as you can on the direction for that, so that we can
And
look
the
into that.
investment, the ad hoc can come up with details, I guess, but if we're going to do that, we probably should have a motion to add it, right? So we don't have to come back and have a motion-full meeting.
Emotion?
So that's what, I move that we add that to the future agenda items.
Second.
Everybody say
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, is there,
Yeah,
are there any
direct
other
staff.
say it, then it's not, yeah, it's not right.
Thank you.
Any other items? Hearing none, we'll go on to, we'll continue with our closed session item, and we'll recess at this time. Thank you.